The Dreams PS4 Multiplayer gadget. What's up? Subscribe, hit the bell if you're new. This gadget ain't here yet. Um, why don't we have it yet? Why don't we have it now? I believe it's because there's just not enough players that have Dreams yet. So, this also means that their marketing strategy will implement gadgets as Dreams grows and if it becomes more successful. So when will we see the multiplayer thing actually come out? Right now, if you go to the Trello, the Dreams Trello, that's where they're updating us on what gadgets they're actually using. I believe multiplayer is now in the discussion stage. I think that's what R&D means. I'm unsure what that means. But I do believe that's actually what that means. So if we were to go there, you can go to my description and you can click that link and you will find the Dreams PS4 official Trello by Media Molecule. You can view what they are currently working on. VR, they were working on that during early access, but it took them like 7 months after early access to get that to us. However, they have not, from what I can see, worked on multiplayer at all. And that's because I guess as Dreams grows, they might update the servers, they might do all sorts of other things. And honestly, I'll be honest, I think we'll probably likely see PC Dreams before we end up seeing multiplayer. The reason I think that is because of the scripting gadget. I don't think we're going to see the scripting gadget until Dreams comes to the PC. So think of the scripting gadget could be, this is just my theory, as a place marker for when Dreams PC will come out. Think of even the exporting 3D models as a place marker for when Dreams PC may come out, because that only makes sense for that to come out on the PS4 and on the PC at the same time. Especially right now, I'll also have a link to this in my description. They're talking about bringing a lot of first-party PS4 games to the PC. Now, apparently, they can't do that with PS5 games. What? The PS5 is more powerful than a PC? It actually is. And it's because of the way they got the hardware set up. So why it's more powerful right now, and it's going to take PCs like a year to catch up with the PS5, it's because of how fast it can load things, why you won't see loading screens. Because of this, they can do things with the Ratchet and Clank thing, where Ratchet and Clank can like switch worlds with like maybe a millisecond loading screen, and that none of this has been possible until I guess PS5 got the technology to do it. So that's where we're actually at, and PC is going to catch up with that because they can do that stuff too. It's just that nobody's built it yet, but it's apparently this is what it is. It's apparently some kind of processor that fuses processors together, and then it can turn it off and on and then turn it off for this gear, which I think is why the PS5 can actually switch from 30 frames a second to 60 frames per second. I think you can actually have that option on the PS5, which is an option that all PCs have. So yeah, it's some good technology the PS5 is putting out. So we won't see any multiplayer, I think, until Dreams. I could throw a random number of 10 million out there, 10 million players maybe, but I'm just kidding. I don't know, but it just sounds like a good number. So yeah. Outside of that, where would the gadget actually go for a multiplayer gadget? Would it have its own little section up here where we see the green, yellow, pink? Would it have its own section, or would it go somewhere like VR did into a specific section? I think there will be maybe a camera. Like they might have to update the camera for multiplayer. I could see them having to update global settings. Maybe adding something to logic and processing, because there's some things in here that could really be beneficial, such as the splitter and combiner that can make a fat wire. A lot of things in here actually could be beneficial. And then you also have the sensors. So if we go to the sensors, we have the control sensor, which might get updated for online multiplayer. I believe that something like that could happen. So will we get this anytime soon? I think we will get multiplayer. If I had to give a date, like I said, check the Trello for those two specific updates: the exporting 3D models with a 3D printer, which they are working on, as well as the scripting gadget. I think that's going to come before multiplayer, in my opinion, unless they are not going to play it safe. I don't know how safe they're going to play it, but looking at how safe they're playing it now, it seems like they're going to do this as safe as possible. They're going the safest route to make sure that, because they're all big about the community, and I can't see them releasing multiplayer without like a gigantic community, you know what I'm saying? Of course, multiplayer will probably be the thing to bring players back to Dreams also. So you have to remember, some of these gadgets, some of these updates could bring players back. If it's not the VR gadget, then it'll most likely be the multiplayer gadget. If it's not that, then when Dreams hits PC, again, I'll probably have a link to PlayStation talking about first-party studios having their games on PC, and it won't be PS5 games, it'll be PS4 games, because again, technology for PC just hasn't reached the PS5, which is kind of funny. Apparently it's like, an SSD drive, I don't know, something like that, whatever I just said about it. But yeah, that's where I'm at with multiplayer gadgets. What could the thing do? I mean, if it's anything, because I know you could play Little Big Planet online, and it could just be a switch, you know what I'm saying, like they did with VR. Like you just turn it on, and then it just instantly is able to play online. So it could do all that too. But if it actually gets really nitty and gritty with it, then I mean, there might be specific types of gameplay gadgets, like if you're gonna make an online multiplayer FPS, there might be a specific section for that. Maybe an RPG, type of gadget that's online multiplayer. You won't be able to make WoW RPG type games or open world games on the PS4, maybe on the PS5, maybe on the PC, who knows, I'm not sure. But I know that the thermometer was increased, I guess, from the PS4 to the PS4 Pro. There's more thermometer gauge on the Pro, so I know that much too. But that still doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be unlimited, because they're talking about a Pro edition of Dreams, and that could be what actually increases the cap. That could be the thing where we start seeing things increase in thermometer, because I see no reason why thermometer is limited that much. But then at the same time, I would have to look at PS4 specs in order to actually speculate on the thermometer for the PS4, and but looking at it right now, I mean, again, something that could debunk what I just said. Again, the PS4 Pro instantly is already bigger, so that could be what I just said could be wrong, where they're going to wait for a Pro edition of Dreams to up the thermometer. So that probably debunks that. But here's everything I know about multiplayer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and take everything that I say with a grain of salt, but it's some pretty good theories, right? Subscribe, hit the bell if you're new, and peace and gadgets.